Hey there, I'm going to welcome all my good friends here. Now, this is going to be really cool. Now, I've been trying to get this special guest on here for the longest time. And I'm going to tell you, he's one of the top guys in the internet. Well, actually, he probably is one of the top, quite a few on the top. I'm telling you, he's major. And why I say that is that he's always on the leaderboards. He knows what he's doing. And it's very important because we don't actually have him on here all the time because he's a very busy man. But he's been gracious enough to actually come on here and actually show you guys a little bit what he's doing and what I'm just telling you. I hope one time thing is have a pad of paper like I do, have a pen because you're gonna actually simulate 30% more. And that's what I'm telling you. The other thing, close your door so your spouse doesn't come in here because I've told you before many times. I left the door open and then my boxer, who's Penny, who's about 8 months old, came over here and knocked down my microphone. And you know, Kristie remembers that, and that thing was. But we kept on going with the show. So Kristie, my good buddy, can you actually introduce our special guest?
Hey, James. Good buddy. Good friend.
Hey there.
Haven't seen you in a long time.
Oh, yeah. You know, been maybe an hour or so.
We are so happy and very honored to have Stephen Gilbert. Okay,
Thanks.
with us today. Yeah, Stephen, you're in Tennessee?
Yeah. I'm in good old Tennessee. Yeah. Down here.
Yeah.
South Carolina.
I live like 2.5 hours away from him, believe it or not. So we're like almost next door neighbors. South Carolina, Greenville, and everything, where we go downtown and go down Pierce Mountain and everything. So,
yeah.
But I tell you, Tennessee's really cool. You got Dollywood there. I mean, you got a lot of stuff going on there. So it's a really cool place. So if anybody wants to visit a place that's cool, it's Dollywood. I'm telling you. Plus, there's times when that this I'm gonna tell you real quick. This course is that when it gets busy there, just to go down Main Street can take you 3 hours. Am I right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Wow.
My family goes there every year for vacation. Actually, I rode my first roller coaster at Dollywood. So.
You did?
Yeah, it's totally cool.
Oh, have to get to Dollywood.
So,
I'm in Georgia, USA.
Yeah.
Yeah, another Southerner. 3 Southerners here.
Oh no, that's trouble.
That's it. Oh yeah, you're right.
I think we're about to start a war.
Yeah, we're not going to do Southern jokes today, but you know what? We're keep going. So, Kristie, today I guess we have Stephen. And like I said before, he's major. I'm really telling you that he's a major deal. And I told you before, I have a pencil and paper because what's cool about Stephen and this. Okay, there's no bullshit. Sorry about the French, but it's true. I mean, what you see is what you get. He is not going to be hyping. He's going to tell you exactly how he can actually rank on Google or YouTube, or basically, please make sure you have a pencil and paper. So, Kristie, can you actually tell a little bit? You don't say everything, Kristie.
Yeah, listen, I've been following Stephen for a long time, really. When I was new at YouTube marketing, I bought Stephen's products, and I learned a lot from Stephen. And Stephen, what are you doing right now that you want to share with everybody? What's working today?
Well, I've always got the same old stuff that I've been doing and teaching, but what I've actually just started getting into, way behind the curve on this one because I couldn't stand it, is Facebook. Facebook. Oh, wow. I'm having major success with Facebook for some unknown reason.
Cool.
And I'm not going to put a product out about it because everybody else already has, but you know, that Facebook's what I've been working on, and then the product that you know that I like, one that I like the most. It's really simple and really cool and really easy to do. I've been using that, and that's like a little one-page site thing. I build a little one-page site, and I get it to rank for high-gravity ClickBank products. And what's cool about it is I've tested it on ClickBank, Commission Junction, and even on CPA networks, and it works every time. There's just something about the way Google is currently running their algorithms that it works. So I take 2 paragraphs, throw in a link, a commission link, but you gotta disguise it anyway, and it gets put up on the front page, up there with huge websites. This 2-paragraph website thing is up there with these top dogs, and you're just like, oh wow, and very profitable and very easy.
That's so cool. I mean, who can do it, Stephen? I mean, if I were new online, could I do that?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I structure my products in they are all in step-by-step format. And when I write them or shoot my video, I write them as if my grandfather was watching or reading it. So yes, and this this particular product is especially easy because you don't need a website, you don't need a video, you don't have to make a video. All you have to do is type a couple paragraphs and that's it, and then it goes through how the little ranking process and all that, but that's simple too. It's very, very uncomplicated, and that's kind of the philosophy around my business. The core of my business is keep things very, very simple and don't overthink them. And that's what I see from a lot of people. Like, I'll be looking on Facebook and people are talking about T-shirts. Oh, I can't get my T-shirt to sell, blah, blah, blah. Well, I put up my first T-shirt. I didn't even think twice about it. I thought, okay, who likes this? Well, these people probably like that, so let's point to them, and then press go. Well, I mean, I asked my wife if she thought the shirt looked nice, and she said yes.
Yeah.
So that was good for me, So what I tell people is don't overcomplicate it.
Right.
And that means don't overthink it, and then don't bite off more than you can chew. Pick a project, stick with it. Once you get it working, build it higher and bigger, and then once you've got it automated, go on to the next one. Because what I see a lot with my customers is they'll, buy 8 different products and then not know where to start, and then they'll read a lot of them and then get confused and mixing up details and steps. And so in my own mastermind actually that I have, I always tell people, pick something that is working for somebody else and copy exactly what they're doing. Obviously don't copy their shirt, or whatever, if that's what, say it's T-shirts. Don't copy their design or their shirt. But look at what they're doing. Are they building a fan page? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? Look at it like a crime scene, like CSI. Look at their results, and then find out how they got there. And that is how I've always run my business. Don't reinvent the wheel. When I first created products, I had no idea what I was doing, but I saw all these other people that did, so I watched what they did, and then I just did what they did. Okay. So best advice is pick something and find someone else who's doing it better than you are and do what they do. It works every single time.
What you got coming out in the next day or so that people can use to make some money online?
Well, that's the one I was mentioning. This is the cool one. Like, I'm mainly involved with videos because they're just so much easier to me than websites. But what's cool about the one tomorrow is this is even easier than videos. It's a neat little method that my old partner and I stumbled across where you'll write 2 paragraphs, which I cover that, and then you submit it to the site. And then you submit it out in like a branch framework. It takes like literally 30 minutes to set it all up, and then 4 to 5 days later, that site is on page 1. And we've replicated this. I don't know, probably half a dozen, maybe 8 times so far, just in the last couple months to make sure that it's still working. Because, like I said, we discovered it a year ago, and it is still working. And if I can show my screen, I can show some of the.
Please do.
Yeah. Show us some.
Hang on. Let's see.
Show and tell.
We're all busy taking massive notes right now. I'm just telling you guys. I mean, you can see what I'm doing, so I hope you're doing the same thing.
I'm sticking it up.
What button do I need to push to share my screen?
It's the left-hand side. There's a green button that actually looks like it's going to the right.
Okay, one second. I gotta get all these pictures out.
And it's on the left, actually.
Here's Sky. Say hello to Sky. Hey, Sky.
Hey, Sky.
Oh, I love kitties.
Hey, sweet.
I want to get my kitty. I'll get her later.
Okay.
Hang on here.
And whatever you click will show up.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get all the. Okay. So I'm just going to pull up the product because it's already got it all in there just to save time.
Okay.
Okay, so to share the screen, I I hit screen share like that.
Yes.
And can you see this?
I think we have to hit it too, don't we, James?
Well, when we see it on this thing, then we'll do it. I think.
Okay.
Do we see, are we good?
I don't see it. If you send it to me, I'll actually do it on Facebook. The link.
Yep.
Oh, select a window to show in the video call. Oh. There we go.
Okay, now everybody, very important. Now listen to me. Please click on Steven's thing.
There it is. There it is. Super
Do you
simple.
have it? Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
Okay.
It's so funny earlier, James. You're like, what you see is what you get. He's always like, no BS, and then like the first page.
And people, we didn't plan for this. This is how real live TV is.
Yeah.
Stop hanging out.
I don't like graphics. I don't even put graphics on my sales page. Anyway, I just want to go through here and show some results. So, okay, so as you can see, this is Fat Loss Factor. You've probably heard of it.
Yes.
336 gravity ClickBank product, and we've ranked on it right here.
And I think that pays $34 commission or something like that. Huge, doesn't it?
Yep. And then we got more if we go on down. Number 1 for 100 plus ClickBank. No, I don't want to ruin too many details. Come on, pictures.
Give away the bank. Yeah.
We got blogging with John Chow on there. But we walk. You can see it. It's laid out in a step-by-step process, and actually you can see our results here.
Wow.
You know, just how quickly it works.
Yeah.
All from 2 paragraphs. And the reason this is so beneficial. I'm going to turn that off now.
Okay.
Well, you're in promoting Kyle Badass, which is one of the highest conversion ones that I've seen for a while.
Yeah, no, and what's great about this, okay, is they're sticking, right? So not only do you get sales immediately, but anytime that these product creators do a big push on their affiliates, like, because oftentimes these ClickBank guys, they'll be like, okay, guys, this week we're having a $100,000 contest. Whoever can send the most sales, let's go. And what they'll do is all these affiliates will go out and start emailing their lists and all their people, and then those people are Googling about it, and they see you sitting right there, and so you make money residually, evergreen, all the time, and
Wow.
you can even use it as launch jagging if you want, you know, and put it out before a launch. But it's extremely simple, and I have staff that are trained on the product as well. So even if you had trouble, which I don't think you will, we'll be right there with you the whole way.
Steven, let me ask you, excuse me, for people who aren't familiar with ClickBank, how much can you make with one sale?
Depends on the product.
I mean, average.
For me, the average I make per sale is about $33.
Yeah, that's
which is awesome. I'm telling you, that's huge. Steven, what is launch jacking?
Okay, so launch jacking is when you have a big product, like you know. Okay, so Video Vantage came out recently. We'll just say that's an example, and you hear all this hype about it, right? You know, you're thinking, okay, this is going to be big, and so if it's going to be big, and I want to make money off of it, and I don't have a list to do that with, how can I make money off of it? Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a video or a one-page website and rank it before anyone else can for the unique keyword, because you know these people, they're naming their products things that have never been named before, so they're completely fresh keywords with no competition.
Yep.
So you know it's kind of like pioneering the West, you know, and so launch jacking is you get your affiliate link, whether that's through a video or a one-page site or whatever, onto that page and get it to stick there, so that when it does launch and people come looking for reviews, yours is right there, and you get commissions. I mean, it works like a charm. And I didn't invent the concept, but in the WSO world, it's so funny. I created a bonus for my list, like, I don't know, probably after my 3rd product release. I was like, hey, I can put out videos about WSOs and make sales. And so I did that, proved that it worked, gave it to my list, and then one of my list members took it and sold it as a WSO. and then so what I did, because I thought nobody would want to buy this. No, you know, yeah, you might make a few bucks, but people don't want to make a few bucks. And then I realized, you know what, they do want to make a few bucks. Anything helps in this economy. And that one bonus that I made for my list 2 years ago, I've launched it 3 times. And each time it's sold over 2,000 copies to different people, because it still works. I mean, almost all of my products are evergreen. I've only ever had to cancel out 2 products, and that's because the sites that they were using to go through stopped working, so therefore the products no longer work. Other than that, my products are evergreen. I don't, you know, if I stumble across something that's working, I'll put it out and sell it. But if it's not going to work long term, I won't do it. I just won't, because I prefer to. I read the 4-Hour Work Week. I know everybody's heard of it. I prefer to work less and make less, but be much happier.
Right.
than slaving away, working and pumping out all these products. So I have staple products that I advertise to new people. And then some people come in and say, well, if it's an old product, it might not work. Well, you know, that's not the case, because these are things that are constantly bringing commissions and constantly bringing in results. I mean, you can go Google it yourself. You know, I had a guy one time. He was like, "Oh, you're logged into your Google account. You're cheating. That's why your video's showing up." I was like, "Go type in the Google box yourself." You know, like, look for
Yeah. I know.
But you know, my philosophy is I want to teach people how to make just a little bit of money. You know, if you go to my website, soulweb.org, soulweb.org, my homepage is a video talking about my philosophy and who I am. And who I am is somebody that isn't. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a guru. I'm not even upper middle class. I find ways that make a little bit of money, and when you have 30 ways that each make a little bit of money, it kind of turns into a lot of money. So I teach people how to make a little bit of money, and my favorite part about that is when they make that first dollar, they're like, wow, there's something to this, and then they start, you know, making more and more and more, and that's been my goal ever since I changed the way that I did things back in 2011, is just to be honest with people. I mean, because honesty is so much more valuable than lying and saying you're going to make $1 million. Like, if I were to, you know, put out this product tomorrow and say you're going to put this up and you're going to make $400 by the end of the week, you know, yeah, people are going to buy it, but they're not going to make $400 by the end of the week. You know, right. They definitely will and can make some money. You know, but you're not going to get rich off any one product. You know, a business needs to have branches, and what I do is I offer a branch to add to your business. I don't offer you a lifestyle change. I offer you gas money or groceries or a car payment. You know, like stuff that's attainable.
You know what's cool about? I'm going to tell you, everybody, and not to cut you off, Kristie. I'm going to tell you, Steven is probably the most honest guy out there. And this is not just saying because he's on the show, but he is very honest. And I mean, I've even asked him, you know, should I, you know, promote this? What he says, you know what? He just tells you straight off, really. And the thing about it is that he's also he's very humble. And Steven, he's one of the biggest guys out there. When he says, you know, but he is a top guy. And one thing I do, I tell you, I purchase everything that Steven has out there, and I'm going to tell you why. Because he's very honest. When he says that you can get gas money for this, it's actually truthful. Can you make more? Yes. But it depends on how hard you work it. And I'm going to tell you, and I really tell you, I've never said this before, and Kristie will back me up, but this is one product, and this is one course I'm telling you have to get. And I'm not just telling you get it because I'm giving my personal approval, and you have to get this if you really want to really just learn from him, because when he says you can get on page, really, he's saying that 2 paragraphs, a submitted site within 30 minutes of just a work, and then 5 days later you can possibly get on page 1 of Google. That's just the truth. And you can make, and let me tell you, he's also saying that with the ClickBank product, if you're on the top page, you understand, if you're looking at fat loss factor, do you know how many searches there is for fat loss factor?
A lot.
Yeah. I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
So he's really, I'm telling you guys, really, where he's honesty, because he underestimates things so that if you just make a little bit of money, you're going to be happy. But if you make a lot more, then you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Right, Kristie? Right.
Yeah, you know, what I've always liked about Steven's products, you know, the very first one I bought, is I could understand it. You know, I wasn't raised on a computer, and I had to learn everything the hard way. And so if you're watching this and you think, well, could I do it? The way Steven explains it, you can do it. You can.
Yeah, and I'm going to mention this, and I have a problem with people that do this, and I like you guys because you specifically don't do this. There are people who will put out a product and then be like, well, it'll work way better if you buy the OTO, and pardon my French, but that's bullshit. No, don't do that. What I do is I put out the product in text format, and then for people who are visual learners and who want to see it done for them step by step in front of their face, I put out the video product as an option on the back end. It's not required. You're getting the same information, but you're getting, you know, you get the benefit of watching it, you know, happen right in front of you, so you know you're doing it right rather than just hoping you're doing it right. So there's no lost in translation stuff going on. So, you know, and I have staff trained to do this stuff too. So like, if you have a problem, we'll be there. I got guys on there 24/7. I pay them well, and they're great guys. So it's not something to be afraid of. I don't even think you're going to need my help. It's so easy to understand. But you know, if you are fearful that, you know, this might not work for me or I might not be able to understand it, don't be, because I give these things to my grandfather because he's retired and likes to mess around with them, and he can do it. So.
Yeah. So what's the name of it, Steven, and how much does it cost? And
it's called Super Simple Rankings. And I wasn't going to tell you guys this, but since you've been so nice.
Because it's you.
Yeah. I'm opening the buy button 30 minutes early at 10:30, okay?
Ooh, okay. And
here, there's a reason for that. I normally do it for my customers only as a special discount, just a way to say thanks.
Okay.
And I open it early at $5, so they can grab it for $5.
Okay, that's awesome.
If they're there at 10:30, but once 11 hits, it goes to 7, and that's it. You don't get the discount. And don't go off telling people that. They'll get mad. They will get really mad. It's not necessarily wrong. It's just a treat that I've always done for my customers as a way to say thanks. Like, you know, like, you guys, you're my guys. Here, have it cheap. And but you guys have treated me so nicely. I just figured I'd tell you.
You know what's cool about Steven? I'm just going to tell you, okay? And that's why he's honest, and I can prove it he's honest. How many of you guys are going to hear from any person out there that put out a great product like Steven did is telling you that you really don't need the OTO? I mean, that is so cool. That just makes you want to get the OTO because the guy is that honest, and I think. All I can tell you is that the guy's cool. And I have not ever said this. Kristie will say that. But I'm telling you, if I were you, I would get both, you know. But like Steven says, you don't need to get both. But I'm telling you, he knows and walks his talk. And he is making a lot of money. I'm just telling you that. I mean, he's very humble, like I said before. He's always on top leaderboards. I mean, especially, he's the real deal. And Kristie will tell you that too, because this is the one person, and this is no BS. If I had to pick one person to do a interview with, it would have been Steven. Am I right, Kristie?
Oh yeah, well, we're very honored.
Thanks, guys. No, I appreciate it. I don't feel special, but you guys are making me feel special.
But you are to us.
He's a cool guy. That's all I can tell you. But
thank you.
So anyway, I know Steven. You know, Steven's a little bit under the weather, but you know what? He was cool enough to do this. Okay, and I hope that you guys took a lot of notes because I just really appreciate this from Steven. I can't thank you enough. I'm going to let Steven have the second to last word because I know everybody's always waiting for Kristie to actually say her, you know, the one thought of the day.
All right, good, Steven.
Okay. Guys, if you want to know more about me, I encourage you to just go to my blog. It's soulweb.org, soulweb.org, and I chose that brand name because the way that I'm moving my business is like kind of from like the heart. It's all about honesty and truthfulness and not lying, which is why I say you'll make $30 a day, or you don't need the OTO, or you don't need this, or you don't need that, or whatever. You know, this product launching tomorrow is not going to make you rich. It's not going to make you $1,000. But you know what? It's also not going to make you work 40 hours and learn how to do technical stuff in Google and all this other crap either. It's going to take you 20 minutes, and then you might make a couple sales, and works for me, and it's evergreen, and that's all you can ask for. And in my opinion, when you have all these little evergreen things making money, it really adds up. I mean, $100 a month extra is $100 a month extra. And I remember when I was growing up, if my mom had an extra $100, we were living on, heaven, So I came from that kind of background, and I realized how important that is, which is why my products always advertise what they actually do, rather than you're gonna make 10 grand by the end of the month, But mine, you get what you get, and the best part is if you don't like it, I'll give you your money back, even if it's been 60 days. I don't care. I'm just here to help you. I appreciate you guys having me on. That's really cool. It's only the second time I've ever been interviewed, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh!
I tell you, I mean, like I said before, the guy's cool, and what you see is what you get. You'll never hear from a guy like him, like Steven again. I'm just telling you straight off. And I know I was going to let him second word. All I can say is please get the product or anything, and just because I'm going to put the soulweb.org under the link for everybody afterwards, so that you guys can check it out. Because like I said before, the guy's genuine. And I'm just telling you, like I said before, he's underestimating everything, so that it's a pleasant surprise if you guys do better. That's all I can tell you. Kristie, what is the quote of the day?
Okay, James and Steven, today, Benjamin Franklin said, "Do not anticipate trouble or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight." That's good advice, isn't it, really?
I think it is.
I think it is, too. Thank you, Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah.
I think hang on, Steven, man, this was a treat. And I'm telling you, like I said,
this is fun. We should do this again. Maybe next time I'll interview you. Yeah. I've never done this before.
Awesome, man. We'd be all over it. We love it. But anyway, later on, guys, and I'm going to tell you, Kristie, I just let everybody know they always want to know where your jewelry comes. Can you show that necklace off, please?
Oh well, this came from the Bahamas a long time ago.
Where did the earrings come from? Because all my people want to know where your earrings come from.
My old sweetheart. That's what that one was from. Who's no longer amongst us. But anyway, these earrings, Charming Charlie's.
Okay, that's my mom's favorite store. Charming Charlie's. All right. Yeah. Okay, I got to say bye to everybody. I tell you, seriously, I'm not kidding. People even ask her where her hair is getting done. Am I right, Chris?
Yes, it's just a local girl. She'd freak out if I told her name, so we're not I couldn't tell that, Jaden.
All right, later on, everything. I appreciate being on.
Bye. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, see you later, man. Everything.
Bye.